Okay, dear students, next part of this lesson number 6. First lesson completed, and this is the second part. Then one day, the crow said to the king, "Your Majesty, have you ever tasted the camel's meat? It's quite tasty and sweet. I ate some in a dessert once." The one day the crow said to the king, one day the crow, very simple, you can understand the meaning. One day the crow said to the king, very simple sentence, "Your Majesty, O king, have you ever tasted the camel's meat? Did you eat camel's meat?" And here we will meet one more animal. Yeah, number 4. See here. The camel is known as the ship of the desert. The camel is living in desert areas. And did you eat camel's meat? That is very tasty. Your Majesty, have you ever tasted the camel's meat? It's quite tasty. It means the camel's meat is very tasty. And see, I ate some meat. I already eaten. Eaten by means here is eaten by the crow. I ate some in a desert once. In a desert areas, one day I ate the meat of camel. That was very tasty. The lion had never seen a camel, but longed to taste the camel's meat. The lion actually did not see a camel up to this time. The lion did not see a camel also, but he wanted to eat the camel's meat. The lion had never seen a camel, but longed to taste the camel's meat. But where we can get a camel? He asked. Once flying over a desert which is some miles away, I saw a long camel there. It looked big and fat. The crow replied that once I am flying over the desert, that desert is which is some miles away. After 5 miles or 6 miles, there was a desert here. One day I was flying over the desert. I saw the camel. That was a lonely camel alone. There is a lonely camel there. Okay, that the crow, it looked big and fat. It is very big and fat. The lion looked at his other advisors. The lion looked at other advisors. Who are the other advisors? The fox and leopard. They welcomed the idea and decided that the crow would show them the way. They welcomed the idea and they decided that because the crow, he know the route, how they can reach there, and the crow would show them the way. Where is the road, Rasta. The next morning, the lion and his advisors set off for the desert. That day come over. The next day, morning time, they started the journey, traveling. Set off means started. The next morning, the lion and his advisors set off for the desert. They soon reached the desert. Once they left the forest, the blazing sun hit down on them. It was unbearably hot, and high up in the cool air flew the crow. The next day they started the traveling. They wanted to go that place, desert, to meet the camel. They soon reached the desert. After sometimes they reached that place, the desert. Once they left the forest, after the forest area, desert, there is no forest, there is no trees in forest areas. Once they left the forest, the blasting sun, the sun rises. You know it, the desert area is very hot. Sun blasting sun better down on them. It was unbearably hot, very unsufferable hot. In a higher in the cool air flew the crow. Hurry along, the crow called out. The crow is flying, others are walking. The lion, leopard, and the fox, they are walking, but the crow is flying. Hurry up, speed up, the crow called out. The camel is not Paro. The camel is not Paro means Belture. The camel is not Paro means the camel is near. So, speed up, the camel is near. Because the crow saw a camel is standing in the desert. But the lion would not go further. The hot sand had burned his paws, his legs. Because the lion would go further. He cannot walk. The lion cannot walk because to the hot sand that burned the paws of the camel. Lion. Stop, he commanded to his others. Let us go back to the forest. I don't care for the camel's meat. The lion was very tired and he wanted to return to forest because very hot sand. The lion cannot walk on the hot sand. So let us go back to the forest. I don't care for camel's meat. And his advisors were frightened. They did not know how to get the lion back home. The forest was far behind them. How they can return? The forest was very far behind. The leopard wanted to run away. The crow wanted to wait and watch. But the clever fox thought a plan. He ran to the desert saying, I will bring some help. All are very tired, but at the same time, the fox, he is making some plan in his mind. He ran to the desert saying, I will bring some help, I have an idea, I can help you. He ran to the camel. The camel was very surprised to see a fox in the desert. The fox, he ran towards the desert. Suddenly, the fox reached the camel. He ran to the camel. The camel was very surprised. The camel was very surprised to meet a fox in the desert because there is no possibility to meet any other animals in the desert because very hot climate, hot sand also. It will be very difficult to leave any other animals on the desert. So the camel was surprised. The camel was very surprised to see a fox in the desert. Hurry up, friends, said the fox. The king wants you at once. Hurry up, friends, our king said he wanted to meet you. Our king, who is that? I don't know any other king. I know only my master, for whom I carry loads across the desert. Who are the king? I did not know about the king. Our king, who? He was our king. Who is that? I don't know any king. I know only my master. For whom I carry loads across the desert. Through the deserts I am carrying the loads. I know only my master. I have no any other master. I have any other king. Our king is a lion. The fox said to the camel that our king is a lion. He has killed your master. The lion killed your master. So now you are free. You did not obey. You don't want for your master because my king or our king, lion, he has killed your master. Your means to the camel's master. The lion invites you to live at his court. Come along. The lion, now our king, he want to meet him. He wanted to make a friendship to you. Without thinking, the camel followed the fox, and when both reached the lion's camp, the crow and the leopard were surprised. The crow, leopard, and the lion, they were sitting in one place. The fox ran towards forward, and after some time, the fox is coming with the camel, At that time, suddenly other animals, they were surprised. Without thinking, the camel followed the fox. And when both reached the lion's camp, the crow and the leopard were surprised. Even the lion was pleased in spite of his pain powers. The lion was pleased. Pleased means the lion was very happy to see the camel. Okay. Did you interested to watch the story? Okay. The next part, final part, what happened at the end of the story, that we will study that we will see in the next video. Thanks.